Welcome back, dear viewers. You're still watching The Breakfast Show live on Nile TV International. It's now time for a second and final topic of discussion for today. And as we noted in our introduction, we're going to be talking about the video that has won the won the prize of the best touristic promotion video for the Middle East for the year 2021, as revealed by the United Nations World Tourism Organization. The video was directed and photographed by Ahmed Al-Mursi for the Ministry of Tourism and this topic, we're going to be shedding the light on the role or the importance and the impact of the promotion videos in propagating and boosting tourism in Egypt. And to shed more light on this topic, we're most delighted to be joined over the phone by Dr. Yehya Abdul, tour guide. A very good morning, Dr. Yehya, and thank you so much for joining us on The Breakfast Show.
Good morning, Mr. Kareem. How are you?
All good. Thank you so much for being with us, sir. Sir, first of all, if you can tell us more about your opinion regarding the impact or the significance of such videos to boost tourism in Egypt.
Well, this is really very fortunate and very vigorous for the Ministry of Tourism and for Egypt to win, the video competition for tourism, production, documentaries and short videos. Actually, prior to the United Nations World Tourism Organization General Assembly in Madrid, the competition was held, and Egypt won the best award for the Middle East for the sustainable tourism development, and the title was Exceptional Stories for Sustainable Tourism, and the topic, that been presented by the video by Mr. Al-Morsi, was Seeds of Hope. And then other countries like the Bahamas and Seychelles came after Egypt. Actually, Egypt won two prizes, not only one. One for sustainable tourism and one for promotion of tourist destinations, and archaeological sites in Egypt.
Dr. Yehya, also it's important for such works to boost the tourism sector. Do you agree on that?
Well, definitely yes. Shortly, on November 25th, we had, the Rams Avenue, opening for the first time after 2,000 years. And then on April 3rd, we had the parade, of the Golden Pharaohs, from Qader Museum up to Fustat Museum for Civilization. So really, we have a series of promoting, productive events of the Ministry of Tourism that has been created, world media and administration, which is reflected in the total number of visitors that have been visiting Egypt for the last since the early days of this year.
Yehya, also in the past year, there were many archaeological discoveries that took place. The most recent of which is the one in Bahnasa. So, how would such discoveries also help in shedding the light on the ancient Egyptian history?
Well, before going to Bahnasa and the Spanish mission discoveries, this year we have the Egyptian pavilion at the Dubai Expo, and we within 10 weeks we received over 400,000 visitors, and this is a record number really for Egypt, and really we have lots of attraction that's create media for Egypt. But last week the Spanish Archeological mission, represented by the University of Barcelona, they've been doing excavations in the Bahnasa, western bank of the Nile in the Minya Governorate, and they came across two tombs. They date back to the 26th dynasty, the Said, period. The first one, belongs to a lady, and the tomb has been, violated some time ago. But the other one was for a male, and it was intact, and it was a large limestone sarcophagus. So really, it was in an excellent shape, and there was, artifacts, 200 artifacts. They're still inspecting, and classifying.
Dr. Abdul, also the back-to-back discoveries, do you think that this would also impact the the number of tourists visiting Egypt and making it as one of the major touristic attractions or destinations that tourists from across the globe would come and visit?
Definitely yes, because remember this year we're having a great exhibition, like in Houston, Texas, for the Golden Pharaohs, and next year we'll be celebrating the passage of the centennial of the discovery of King Tut tomb, like in 1922. This year as well, we are celebrating the 46th anniversary of the foundation of the Luxor Museum. So, like cultural tourism, like to Egypt, makes up like 25% of total arrivals to Egypt, which is like evaluated over like 10 to 12 million visitors per year now, even throughout, like the epidemic that we're going through. So really archaeological discoveries attract world media, and more visitors, like love to come to Egypt. And just if we remember how, is overcrowded, like our pavilion in the Dubai Expo 2020, we have, like hundreds, of thousands of visitors that lining up to visit the Egyptian pavilion because it represents Egypt's future, present, and part of it, is the archaeological sarcophagus displayed in the pavilion.
Indeed, sir. Also, shedding the light on the world-class events that took place this year, the Golden Parade, also the inauguration of El Kibesh Road, and also underway is the much anticipated inauguration of the GEM, the Grand Egyptian Museum. All these events being covered by media outlets from across the world. How can this impact the sector, which had previously been going through difficult times because of the pandemic and all?
Well, actually, like world media and movie productions, and the professionals are taking advantage of it. Like we creating the media, making the news, but they are making the money. For example, like the Agatha Christie, like a thriller, like of Death on the Nile, it has been produced for the third time, and since last week it is displayed in over 4,000, like movie theaters worldwide. So this is some of the feedback of, like our, like archaeological and pharaonic discoveries and celebrations and parade we do, like now, really like monthly and weekly. So, like our civilization, like is stirring, like the whole world imagination in music, the opera Aida, the magic flute, like, and then the productions of the movies and theaters. So Egypt is, like stirring the imagination of world, like intellectuals, writers, movie stars, athletes. And now we are reaping, like the hard work of the Ministry of Tourism and the government and the support by President Abdul Sisi. Yesterday he was in El Fustat, Old Town, checking, like in the artisans, like who are doing pottery and doing crafts. So this is promoting, like our intangible and tangible heritage as well.
Indeed, Dr. Yehya Abdul, tour guide, as always, really appreciate your insight, and thank you so much for being with us on The Breakfast Show. And dear viewers, by this we wrap up today's episode of The Breakfast Show. You're in the company of myself, Karim Gamaluddin, and my colleague Dina Hussein. Until we meet again, this is goodbye.